Oh, what's up, guys? Just a little bit of coffee. I have an early flight in the morning. In fact, actually, I have to get up about 5 hours. Okay, The Gatekeeper with Lisa Crawley. This was a completely different music video, totally out of my wheelhouse, but also kind of not. The Gatekeeper is off of Lisa's new EP, New Girl Syndrome, which is out now, so you can check it out on Spotify and Apple. She approached me about this music video and had already a concept and an idea about how she wanted to do it. And I just we took it and ran with it. I think it was a really funny idea, and ultimately we've gotten great feedback from everybody that's watched the video and has said that they think it's super funny and very enjoyable to watch. The concept was that her and her friend John Spiker, who helped her work on the track, were going to call in a bunch of different musicians to do the solo section.
It needs something there.
What, like some kind of solo?
Yeah, exactly. It needs some kind of solo there.
Now, they had already completed the solo section for the track, but for the music video, they pretended as if they got a bunch of different people. The solo on the track is actually a guitar, but they decided, what if we picked a bunch of different instruments to solo on the track? So they pretty much put out a casting call. And what we really wanted to do with the whole music video was make it look almost as if they were actually doing this. And ironically, even after it's been out, Lisa's gotten messages from some people offering to send in some solos, which I thought was pretty awesome. And also a good testament to the fact that the music video apparently felt really authentic. The next thing Lisa and I talked about was the style of the video and what it was actually going to look like. We ultimately decided on the 90s style, giving it a bit of that VHS look with the 4x3 bars and kind of that MTV mockumentary feel. One thing Lisa had talked to me about was that when working with other musicians, specifically men, a lot of times they can get kind of bro-y, and ultimately there's some egos that come into play, especially with musicians when they come in and they solo on something and they want something a certain way, and they're not willing to compromise on anything. And you get all kinds of personalities and personas and types. So we wanted to play on some of the stereotypes that you tend to get in a studio recording. So on the actual day, we were shooting in John Spiker's studio. We're gonna have a whole slew of artists come through. We were gonna have to kind of time it to where we could get them in and get them out pretty quick. And we realized that the best way to do it was to actually have those people just kind of be that character for as long as they were there, which ended up being kind of funny. Luckily, these musicians have different backgrounds in acting and improv and being on stage and all, just being in the arts and being actual talented people. They're already talented musicians, so it makes sense that they're really good at doing stuff like this, and especially improv. So we would roll the scene with them coming in with their instrument. Lisa would introduce herself, introduce John, and they would go into this persona. I would talk to the guys beforehand and tell them the type of character that I wanted them to play. We had a bunch of different types. We had the egotistical guy, we had the know-it-all guy, we had the sappy guy, we had the blah guy, we had the overly energetic guy, and they would just ramp that up to a 10. What ended up being kind of funny, even though it was just a music video and we're not really going to be using the audio, was the audio was absolutely hilarious.
Hold on, or wait, sorry, stop it. Do you like that? I don't mean my stuff, I mean, do you like what's there?
Let me see if this chair will move.
I mean, chairs definitely move. Normally, this is why I request cartage.
So Lisa and I, on the fly, on the second guy, basically, were thinking, why don't we throw a mic on it and we can use some of this stuff for promo? And the conversations that were improv between the three of them, John, Lisa, and whoever was coming in this specific moment, were really funny.
Don't have too much time.
Well, that's fine. I mean, like
yeah, we want to go
it's
from.
not going to take very long. Who's he?
This is John.
Producer.
Okay, I thought it was just going to be us. The struggle of the maritime working man or woman.
Sure, let's do. Yeah, love that. Let's.
I did some dream work on it last night, and I wrote myself a little note before I went to sleep. Like
interesting.
What does Lisa want from the song?
I should have responded to that email that I won't do Spotify or any streaming services because that's all bullshit.
It's really an emotional song for me, so I might only have like 1 or 2 in me.
I'm a jazz school dropout, so
Yeah.
triggered.
No. I mean, the good one's dropped out Berkeley. You're talking Berkeley dropouts?
Oh no, like Auckland Uni.
Never heard of it.
You know what's going on here?
Man, music, something.
Let's save a little. Let's save a little for the...
I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's a big part of what.
Yeah, do you want to sit or stand? Where,
Yes,
how do you
and
think it-
yes. Always been a gatekeeper.
I quickly noticed that this was turning in from a music video into kind of a mockumentary, almost like The Office per se. So I started treating it like reality TV. Luckily for me, I have like quite a few years of experience working in reality TV. So I'm used to shooting on the fly, not sure what's going to really happen or what's going to be said, and just feeling out a moment between multiple people, picking off 2 shots, picking off singles, cutaways, and all of it on the fly with limited time. And of course, you know the way it is. Anytime you're filming and something funny happens, you better have gotten it, because if you didn't, you can't replicate it. You can try, but it's never going to be as funny as the first time that you did it. In reality TV, audio is king overall, because as long as I have the audio, I can cut to anything. It doesn't matter. I can cut to the floor, I can cut to a car outside the window. As long as we know what's being said, we can visually manipulate an audience to get there. So I would shoot the scenes with each guy, and Lisa would come into the booth and give them some feedback on the solo and ultimately reject their great solo that they thought was so amazing and typically wasn't. Which was hilarious because they're all very talented musicians and they also all ripped a solo. Now, it was a music video at the end of the day, so I had to make sure that I got some solo takes of Lisa singing the song and getting full lyrical takes that could cut in and out of these moments that were happening with the guys performing these solos and acting like weirdos. So the 2 solo takes that I got were a stylized look within the booth of Lisa just singing into the camera, and then John had this really amazing dune buggy, so we just got John to drive that around, and we got Lisa playing in the back on a keyboard. Working with cars is always so much fun, especially a dune buggy that's got nothing but rails all over it. You can throw the camera on a Mayfair clamp and just about anywhere. Anyway, that's pretty much it. I don't have a lot of BTS footage on this one because it was just me running solo. So I only have a couple of clips of me shooting solo takes and working with other guys. I also had multiple other cameras kind of set up throughout so that way I could catch kind of anything else that was happening within a moment. But if you haven't seen it yet, or even any of the promo videos that we've dropped for it that are really funny, go check out Lisa's profile. Go check out her new EP, New Girl Syndrome. It's out now. You guys are really gonna like it. She's an incredibly talented artist. I always enjoy getting to work with her and on her new songs. And if you're ever in LA, you can catch her over at the Dresden, by the way, too. Anyway, that's it for me tonight, guys. I have to pack, because I still haven't packed. I'm gonna need to get a couple hours of sleep, so. Cheers. Oh yeah, I got a new haircut, by the way. Yeah, I chopped it all off.